Hey there, everyone. Welcome to finally another TSCN Wrestling update. I am your manager, your commentator, and occasionally wrestler Samuel Lewis. And joining me this time is the warlord himself, Jacob Carpenter. How you doing, sir?
Well, Samuel, I leave, and some idiot calls himself King of the Ring. My ring! My ring! And he's thinking he's the king? Hell no!
Running a promo for something that might not happen. I love it. So, okay. We've got, as usual on the update, we get to peel back the curtain and do all sorts of stuff. We have not done one for,
I forget.
I think 2 months at this point. At first I thought, oh, I'm doing master stuff. So that's probably why. And this will just clear up after a spurt. The problem is, I'm just gonna be level with you guys. I'm having problems coming up with storylines at this point. To begin with, this was a blast. It's amazing and all of that stuff, but I'm just having problems coming up with them now. That I think I'm starting to get to that point to where I'll start repeating myself.
Yeah.
And I think once that happens, it's kind of forcing it. That's not giving you guys the best content we could give you. And I've kind of always had this policy, if I ever start forcing something, it may be time to think about stopping it, right? Because it's just, you get what I'm saying, Jacob?
When it loses its organic feeling, it's hard to put it out to the level of quality we're satisfied with.
Yeah, exactly.
And when we're not satisfied with it, the reality is that the lack of satisfaction also comes with a lack of motivation.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it just since we create content for us, we got to be happy with the product when it comes out. And if we feel like that's not going to happen, then we have to take a step back from it.
Yeah.
Until we can either A, make it happen, or B, put something in its place that regains that feeling of satisfaction.
Yeah. Because the amount of work that goes into this, like Jacob has never watched me create a wrestler before, but
I've done it for previous games, though, so I kind of understand to a degree the process.
Yeah. So imagine that process. Now imagine doing it for every single person that we have on our roster.
Oh, yeah. I was so glad that you did, not me.
It's fun. It is really fun going through that and going, okay, let's find this, let's do this, let's make the entrance. Like, I have a blast, but it's also utterly exhausting because honestly, if we had kept doing this, I would have had to make a policy where I'm going, we're not upgrading every game.
Right.
We are not doing this because I cannot, whenever I had to port all of the wrestlers, because for those of you that don't know, the games don't let you port your custom wrestlers. You have to start from scratch every single time. So whenever I went from 2K3 to 2K4, I had to make everyone from scratch.
And they make a new game every year.
They do. And I just would lose my mind at some point doing that. So that was probably going to be a thing anyway. But regardless of that, like I said, storylines are just not coming out of me anymore. And like I said, I thought it was because I was just doing things with master's program stuff and everything like that, being a master's student. But now I'm starting to realize that I think the well is starting to run dry. And we've been doing this for about a year at this point. It would have been a year if we had kept going up until this point, but it doesn't count directly as entirely a year because of that.
Right.
But regardless, it's been a good time, and everyone involved has been loving this and everything. And just a thank you to all of my friends and content creators and stuff that I'm associated with that have lent their selves to this. My Vampire the Masquerade crew that I play with and that Real Play one that I'm in, all of the podcasters that have been on the TSCN network, the Game Night crew, the Ritual Misery guys. Like I feel like if I try to list everyone off, I will forget somebody, and I don't want to do that. But essentially, like, all of you put and I'll say it directly to you, Jacob, because you're obviously one of them, but all of you put your faith in me to create characters of you. And it's like that level of faith that you guys put in me is something that I am always going to cherish, regardless of whether we ever do this again or not. It blows me away. And especially the reactions that I get from you guys. That's like my favorite part of the whole thing. It's almost like I've given you a present on Christmas and you guys unwrap it and go, "This is epic!" And I love it every single time. Like I still have like voice messages from some of my friends that were there, because like some of them reacted in text, some of them reacted in voice, all of that stuff. But some of them were like, "Oh my love, you did so you did something for me I didn't know you were going to do." Like it's so cool to just get all those reactions from all of you and everything. So you have put trust in me that is so large, and I hopefully have made you guys proud, at least with what I've done.
Yeah.
But that being said, there are still storylines that need wrapped up in this story. I'm not just going to end this without us going for one last run. I thought about doing a thing where everybody gets a go, like do an Uber episode.
Right.
But we literally just did a King and Queen of the Ring but Rumble where almost everyone shows up. I may look into that, see if I can't, do some other matches in which the people that don't end up showing up in those 2 episodes show up or something like that. But I will tell you, as part of the wrestling update, that there are some things that need to be taken care of. One, the King of the Ring match.
Right.
They get their shot at either trying to take Big Voice Jay's belt or the tag team belts. So we'll see how that goes. We also have the Queen of the Ring, which I've got to peel the curtain back. I am so pleased that Grace got it. Like, of all the people that could have gotten the Queen of the Ring, especially given the way it went to where she even took Val out in order to do it, that was epic.
That was a good moment.
It was really good. And it's like the girl that doesn't have vampire in her at all took out one of the vampires. It was so good because it was a personal connection in that moment that made it have more story than I even expected it to. So it was amazing. So yeah, she's either going to have her and Sammy go up against these ones, or she's going to try to grab a hold of the belt that has just recently been acquired. So there's some amazing stuff there. So both of those deserve that storyline to conclude in whatever way it concludes. And again, we will not know until the AI does it. I may even leave it to random chance as to whether or not they're tag team matches or they're singles matches, by using some sort of random number generator to go, okay, which one is it? That way it's not even up to me on that one, just to make it feel really organic. But that being said, there's also one match that's been waiting in the rings that me and you haven't talked about.
Right.
And I really wanted you here for, because you could tell the story, essentially, as Jacob Carpenter tells stories the best way we know how. Jacob, we got a promo ran on us, or at least ran on you at a convention. So we have a rematch that we have to do, because when the real person looks one of us dead in the eyes and runs a promo on us, of which I wish I had a recording of, I can imagine, we can't sit by and let someone just run a promo on us and not step up to the challenge, right?
Yeah, I got challenged by Devon.
Devon Dudley.
Yep.
So essentially you were telling him.
Yeah, about the podcast.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, he's like, yeah, anytime, anywhere. You even make the rules so you don't have an excuse.
He used colorful language that you're leaving out of it, which was amazing.
Yeah.
I will
it's been a
censor
while,
it.
so I've had to remember.
I will censor it thus. What you told me was, he said, yeah, you come up with the stipulations and everything. That way you don't have an excuse when we kick your butt again. Yep. Only he did not say butt.
Yeah.
And this was in front of a whole group of people. Like, he ran a promo on you in front of people. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, so So yeah, when an actual wrestler runs a promo on you, you can't just leave this unanswered. There's no way we don't do this. We're probably going to lose again, but we're at least going to try.
I've met a handful of wrestlers, but that's the first time I got a promo directed towards me.
Yeah. So that will be a memory for you, at least, out of TSCN Wrestling, if we don't ever do it again, is that you got a promo ran on you from this.
Yeah, we got challenged by the Hardys, too, but
yeah,
they're not in the game.
Yes, unfortunately, the Hardys are not in the game. Or
they were in TNA.
Yeah, or they totally would have gotten a shot, too. I would have given anyone that was a real wrestler a shot. But anyway, so that being said, you are recording with me. TBD on the thing. I don't want to make a decision on a recording, make a promise, and then go out with it. Keep an eye on my socials and stuff like that. I will probably make an announcement there. Or I may do another tiny little update that is more the wrestling updates you guys are used to. That way you can know for certain when TSCN Wrestling will be back to you. We normally do it the last Friday of the month.
Right.
That's going to be a very crowded month for time for me and you. So if you want to do that, sure. If not, me and you will figure out another time and make an announcement. So,
well, I also have that day off.
Okay. Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
Ah. Okay, we'll talk.
Yeah, because my work switched. I can't remember why. I think it's just because I got tired of everyone trying to get the day after Thanksgiving off. So they basically switched Good Friday to Black Friday. So we get Black Fridays off.
Okay.
And that's Black Friday.
That is Oh, okay. That's... Well, you're not planning on wading into that, are you?
It depends because it depends on if they have something, because I'm getting a gift for my wife for our anniversary / Christmas.
Okay.
And well, actually, a trip's the anniversary gift. This is the Christmas gift.
Point is, if we can't do it, let me know and we'll announce. So we're not making any promises on you guys for scheduling wise.
Yeah, we're figuring it out.
Yeah, we will figure it out, and then we will let you know. But otherwise, there will be a finale episode of TSCN Wrestling.
If nothing else, we can always do like a different time or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, we're not far from Walmart.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and I can always bring my boob polo and make people think I work there, so I can cut in line. Which has happened by accident.
Oh God! Back whenever I wore the vest, the amount of times people thought I worked at places, like that's
no. We just have that face, apparently.
Oh, yeah, I know.
People thought I've worked at Walmart, Advance Auto Parts, 2 conventions, in 2 different roles at conventions, mind you. A doctor, Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else? Postal worker. Kind of makes sense.
That's...
The list goes on, but those are the most common ones.
Yeah.
Oh,
totally.
GameStop employee.
Oh, right. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, we will get back to you guys on that one. And otherwise, as usual, fight on, everybody. We'll see you next time for TSCN Wrestling. Bye.
My ring, mind you. King of the ring? Really? Him?
This has been a production of the Samcast Network, TSCN.TV. What's your passion?
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.